Hello, boils and ghouls. Welcome to Watchers Podcast with your hosts, Brad and Colson.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Why are you doing this to us? Gives you a home.
I met him 15 years ago. I was told it was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Hey guys, welcome to the show. My name is Brad, here with Colson Oliver.
Hello.
And we just got finished reenacting the Buffalo Bill scene from Silence of the Lambs. We both made a couple of manginas.
It was a treat.
It was. We had house coats on. We didn't have a mirror though, so we just mirrored each other and did what the other was doing.
That's right.
Like a mime.
Exactly.
It was fun.
It was fun.
We should do it again sometime.
I'm down for that.
All right, let's get this lipstick off and get this show on the road.
Woodger? Sorry.
So, start things off. Have you watched anything this week?
I did. I watched Notorious.
The Biggie movie?
That's the one.
Cool.
Not bad, but not good either. Have you seen Straight Outta Compton?
I haven't yet, no.
Or Straight Outta Compton? That one, to me, for those type of movies, is number one. I watched a Tupac movie last year, I think. Mm-hmm. That one was not good.
Oh, okay.
That one is like reading the Wikipedia page for everything that's going to happen in the movie.
Oh,
it literally has like the date, like February 21st, 1992 or whatever. And you just go to Wikipedia, read it, and then it happens.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, this one wasn't bad though. But like I say, not great.
How was the guy playing?
He was
Biggie?
good.
Yeah.
The best part about him is he nailed the breathing. So Biggie, the guy would just be sitting there, and you would just hear like that. that Biggie is like you can hear Biggie do it in his songs.
Yeah.
Like some of the songs you can hear him breathing. And so this guy did that. It was great throughout. I was always just laughing because it was so funny. So yeah, I watched that, and I watched the Mighty Ducks 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I've seen those a lot.
If you had to rank them, what order would you put them in?
My favorite to least?
Yeah.
I like the first one the best, and I probably like the third one more than the second one, only because it's more realistic.
Okay.
The second one is very silly at times. Like, they get silly.
Yeah. I've seen 1 and 2, but not since I was like a little kid.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen the third one.
Okay.
And they have a show coming out, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I kind of watch it. It's not out till like March or maybe even the end of March.
Okay.
But I was like, I got time. I'll watch them now. Yeah. So that's what I did. What about you?
The only things I've watched this week, I finished up it's called Crime Scene Disappearance at the Cecil Hotel.
Oh yeah, how was that?
The Lisa Lamb story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the best.
No, for anyone who's seen the like YouTube footage, it's like a security camera in an elevator of Elisa Lamb, and she's acting really weird.
Yeah.
And then they find her in a water tank.
Yeah.
In the hotel, people are like drinking the water and stuff,
and bathing and
and they stretch it out for like 4 episodes.
Okay.
Where it could easily have been like an 1.5-hour movie.
Right.
Like they start going into like, the Night Stalker once stayed at this hotel.
Right.
And then they talk about that for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And just recycle footage from their other Netflix documentary about him.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff like that that's just like...
It could have been trimmed up and...
Yeah.
It
would have made a lot more sense.
Okay.
And you have a lot of like Facebook conspiracy theorists on it.
Yeah.
Like one guy... they're like, oh, we discovered that the tuberculosis test is called the Lam Elisa test, and there's a tuberculosis clinic in the university she goes to, and there was a tuberculosis outbreak a few days after she disappeared. It's like, okay, it's like, now you're just kind of being disrespectful to the family, it seems, more than anything.
Yeah.
Besides that, just WandaVision.
Okay.
On Disney Plus.
And how is that?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You're starting to watch the Marvel movies and stuff.
A little bit, yeah.
This one, I think you would enjoy.
Okay.
It's each episode, they're changing TV genres.
Okay.
So it starts out kind of like I Love Lucy and Bewitched and stuff.
Right.
And like there's like an episode sort of like Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay.
Now there's the last one they did was kind of like The Office and Modern Family with like the sit down like interview type stuff.
That's cool.
It's really cool.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah, and it's like her sort of losing her mind.
Okay.
And you've seen Endgame.
Yep.
Okay, so she's like losing her mind because of Vision being killed.
Right.
And you're like, I don't really know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like slowly revealing stuff as it goes.
Okay.
Really cool.
Yeah, because I hadn't seen anything about that show since like the first, when it looked like a 1950s TV, and I was like, that's weird, but I didn't know they changed it up every other episode, so that's cool.
And yeah, you'll be able to watch it soon. There's only 2 episodes left.
Okay.
And they're short.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's all I watched.
Okay.
If you guys have watched any of the things we did, let us know what you thought of them.
Yeah.
Or tell us what you guys watched.
Yeah.
I like just hearing things about shows and movies.
It gives you an idea, like, holy shit, I haven't watched that in 20 years. I'll put that in. And
if you're in Canada and you have Disney Plus, check out Star. They just added it as a new option on Disney Plus, and there's like legit horror movies on there, including The Fly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, very cool. Yeah. So on to our story this week. I actually have a scary story. Awesome. It's from someone on Facebook called Welcome to Luxaria. Okay. And it goes... It's kind of a long story. I saw shadow people for the first time in the early 80s. It was never anything aggressive, at least not at first. They would just watch from doorways and occasionally show up in my dreams. As I got older, they started showing me things. I thought they were just random dreams at first, then the things they would show me started happening. In middle school, a close friend murdered some of his family members. The shadow showed it to me months before it actually happened. After that, things kind of flattened out till high school. They showed me someone getting shot once. Again, I didn't think much of it at that point in life. I didn't know anyone had ever dealt with them, so to me it was just normal. Then it happened for real again. I gave a guy a ride home after football practice, and he was shot and killed that night. Wow. Yeah. Creepy. Yeah, that's a weird one. So, he's saying shadow people. Yeah. I wonder if maybe they could be aliens or something. Yeah. Like, you never know. Yeah. That's a weird one. It is. I like that story. Yeah. Well, it's kind of sad, actually. I don't like that people were murdered, but it's very interesting. Interesting, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd like to hear more about that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. What's going on there? Yeah, it's yeah. Anyway, if you guys have a story, add it in the comments or send it to us on Instagram, Watchers_podcast. And if throughout the show you guys are hearing chainsaws, it's not Leatherface, unfortunately. Unfortunately, yes. There's a road crew outside cutting limbs off trees. Yeah. So could be a buzz from time to time. Yeah. So that's what that is. Yeah, so don't be alarmed. All right, so we are on to our movie for this week. Mm-hmm. I'm super excited to talk about this one. Okay. Mostly because I feel like there's going to be some very polarizing opinions on this. I would say so. Safe bet. Yeah. First movie we've reviewed of 2021? I think so. Yeah. And that is Willy's Wonderland, directed by Kevin Lewis, sitting at 5.7 on IMDb. So it looks like everybody's a little divided on this. Yeah, that's right. First time watch for both of us. Yep. Just came out. Yeah, that's right. So, right off the bat, what did you think of Willy's Wonderland?
Well, first time watch, last time watch. No surprise there. You and I are very opposite in this type of movie.
Yeah.
I got the rundown here. I'll do the synopsis or whatever.
Yes, right.
And there will be spoilers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's going to be some spoilers.
Yeah, I guess it'd be hard to talk about some things. So,
yeah.
If you haven't seen it, go rent it and come back and listen. So this one is about a quiet drifter is tricked into a janitorial job at the now condemned Willy's Wonderland. The mundane tasks suddenly become an all-out fight for survival against wave after wave of demonic animatronics. Fists fly, kicks land, titans clash, and only one side will make it out alive.
See, I don't know how you couldn't like that.
I know, we were just setting up for fucking gold.
It's basically the same plot as Wally.
Yeah, that's right.
An untalkative guy left alone to clean up.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, there's no... I'm not going to drag this out. I fucking hated this movie, of course. But we'll get into it. A few things here and there. Yeah. So, first thing I wrote down was, I saw you. Did you see yourself in this movie?
No.
When, at the beginning, there's like a couple running from something, and there's a TV playing with "It's your birthday, we want you to have fun."
Yeah.
That song. Well, there's a guy who like kisses his kid on the head or something. Looked exactly like you.
Oh, really?
I was like, holy shit. Now, I didn't rewind it because I didn't want it to not look like you. So I watched it once. I was like, holy shit. Had the beard and everything.
That's awesome.
So yeah, go back. Watch that first, it's like in the first minute. Watch
so
for
it should
yourself.
Be your favorite movie then, if I'm...
That is true. I don't know how I fucking hated it. But yeah, just that opening scene, the acting, I don't know.
Yeah. The acting is not good.
No.
Nicolas Cage is doing what he's been doing for the last while now.
Yeah.
He's become such a... I don't know. I kind of appreciate what he's doing because he has all the money he needs, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of like, fuck it, I'm going to do whatever movies I want. Mm-hmm. And he's doing just like weird low-budget stuff like Mandy and Color Out of Space and then this.
I watched Mom and Dad, and I actually liked that one.
I got to watch that.
Okay, you haven't seen that one?
Not yet.
Okay, so I won't say anything other than I did enjoy that.
Okay.
So maybe you won't then.
I might.
You might. We are different with... Yeah, that's... This one, yeah. This one has that following of people. Like, people were, like even my sister's friends were like, oh, so-and-so said it was great. And I'm like, okay. No, it's not. And my sister enjoyed it. Like, she's the same type. She likes that shit.
Yeah, that weird, quirky...
Yeah.
Kind of like Rubber.
Yeah.
If you like the movie Rubber, you might like this.
Good.
Yeah, it's weird. It really is weird. I like the twist, how it's like the bad guys are not succeeding. Mm-hmm. At one point they even say he's locked in there with them. And it's like, no, they're locked in there with him.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's just like Nicolas Cage basically destroying these animatronic, Chuck E. Cheese characters.
Yeah, he's not
like an hour straight.
Yeah. In the beginning opening scene of the people running, they're terrified.
Yeah.
Like something's chasing them. And Nicolas Cage doesn't give a fuck. They're walking, they're not there, and then he'll turn and they're there, and he just stares at them.
Yeah.
And that's something else I wrote down. Well, he doesn't say a goddamn word throughout the whole movie. But my problem was, I want you people listening to go to somebody and just not say a word. Because not one of these people said, "Are you okay?"
Not one.
They just go along with the flow.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because they're talking to him.
Yeah.
And they're almost acting like he's responding.
Exactly.
They just keep talking and having regular conversations.
I was just thinking, if I go to work to people I know and I don't say anything, they're like, what the... why aren't you saying anything?
No, they're like, okay, that's Colson.
Exactly. So yeah, that was a little weird, but yeah, you're right. It's like they were just going through, okay, yeah, and then next point I'll make and you won't respond to, but I'll act like you are.
Yeah.
Very weird.
The guy that's talking to him at the first, I love his name. The guy who owns the building.
Right.
Tex McAdoo.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the whole, like, the town is in on it. The cop, because that's how he gets there. He's driving his fucking car, and he hits a spike strip.
Yeah.
And then the tow truck driver has to pick him up, and then... That was another weird thing that he just seemed fine with. The cop left, they're like, oh, he found your spike strip you left out there, or whatever, and she's like, okay. And then they try to charge him. I would never pay that. I'd be like, you're paying for that, you stupid asshole. You left your spike strip out there.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing. The cop's in on it, the mechanic's in on it, the Tex, whatever the fuck his name is, is in on it. So that's how they lure these people in.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you gotta pay thousands of dollars to get your vehicle fixed.
Or
you can come clean up my Chuck E. Cheese style place.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I thought was a pretty good setting for a horror movie. The animatronic characters kind of have that like Five Nights at Freddy's look where they're kind of like falling apart.
Right.
And even though there is similarities, I guess that wasn't the inspiration for this movie, they say.
Yeah, I read some of that it was...
I don't know.
Yeah, very weird.
I feel like there could be a lawsuit.
Yeah.
If Five Nights at Freddy's really wanted to push.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Now, another thing I had written down was 18 minutes in, there's a shot of him like spraying an oven or something. Mm-hmm. Did you notice he had a Band-Aid on?
Yeah.
And then in the next scene he didn't.
Yeah.
And then like 3 or 4 minutes later he starts fighting, I think, his first animatronic thing, and he gets cut in the eye. So I was like, this is just poorly edited. It's just a shit show. Like, hilarious, but fuck, I hated it.
Did you have a favorite animatronic character? Like out of the bunch?
Jeez. The gorilla was cool.
The gorilla was cool.
It was hiding in the stall, and it kind of swung down and kicked him. And there was another one though.
I liked the chameleon.
Yeah, that was it. The one with the tongue. That
it was creepy.
Yeah, because his eyes were all blinking and going different ways. And
it looked like something out of Rango.
Yeah,
because it had like long hair.
That's exactly it.
And it's talking, and it's like, I'm not like the rest.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then its tongue shoots out and snaps necks and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the one girl tries to get away, and it fucking wraps her up, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Now, another thing I had here was the pixie. Is that what it is? It's like a Tinkerbell, essentially.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting backstory kind of on, because it was like a cult or a murderer. They would take families in and murder them.
Yeah, in the back room.
Yeah,
or the birthday party room.
And then they ended up killing themselves and did like a Chucky type seance type thing that put their souls or whatever in these animatronics.
Yeah.
And then we're getting backstory, and you see the pixie, and they're like, it was like, oh, it's saying inappropriate things to the people. Yeah. And there's like this chubby kid, and it just shows what this fucking pixie said, and it says, "Wanna fuck, fatty?" That made me laugh.
That was funny.
That was like the first part that I was like,
and the best
holy
part
shit.
is, it shows the fat kid, and he's like reaching out to touch her boobs.
Yeah. Wanna fuck, fatty? Oh, it was great.
I'd go to that amusement
That'd
park or whatever. That'd be really hilarious.
Fun. Yeah. But yeah, that pixie, that was creepy too, because her eyes were huge, and
yeah, she had like a crazy, like almost venom mouth.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it was like weird. That part that was, I think, the only laugh I had.
Yeah.
In the movie, though, I was just annoyed the whole time, as I figured I would be.
I thought you would be too.
Really surprised.
Whenever I suggested this movie, you were like, sure.
Yeah.
And I was just like, LOL.
Yeah, I was like, what? And you're like, I was just wondering what your response would be. Yeah. And all I did was type it into IMDb to see, and I didn't watch anything about it. I saw the poster, I was like, I read about it, I was like, okay, sure. Yeah, oof. And then once my sister's like, "Oh, so and so said it was great," and I was like, "Oh boy, this is not going to be good." Yeah.
I loved the movie, but one of my complaints would actually be the group of kids, like the arsonists.
Yeah.
Anytime you have a group of like characters and 90% of their dialogue is just them fighting with each other and like arguing, it drives me insane.
Yeah.
And that's what they do here too.
They do a lot of it, yeah.
Yeah.
They're pouring gas. You're pouring gas on my gas. Like, go over there. It's just nonstop the whole time.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah, these kids show up and their whole plan is to burn the place down.
Yeah.
So that the town can be rid of these.
Yeah, the creatures or whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Animatronic things.
And this is another movie we did Last Shift there a while ago. And this one has a rookie cop as well, thinking that there's a joke being played on him.
That's right. I was thinking the exact same thing while watching it. I did not like either cop. I've seen the woman before. She's a known actress. She's in Speed.
Yes.
I know her from that. But I've seen her in other things. She's a known person.
Yeah.
But everybody else, I don't think I recognize anybody other than Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, same.
But, I like, Nicolas Cage has, like you were mentioning, for the last, 20 years or whatever it's been. But, even, I like his, 90s movies. I'm not saying he's good. He won an Oscar in the 90s. That was a good role. But, Con Air and Gone in 60 Seconds and The Rock and those movies, they're fucking awesome. They're fun. But he's awful. Even back then, he was awful. But fun.
I love the, term cage rage.
Yeah.
Where he does his freakouts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so overall, if you see a movie with Nick Cage in it, are you, more curious, I want to watch it, or just no thanks?
Now, no thanks. I haven't been excited to watch anything of his in over 20 years now.
Okay.
I'd say. But, I did National Treasures are fun. They were made in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And that, like I say, that Mom and Dad movie, that was fun.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I look at it and I'm like, oh boy.
I liked him in Kick-Ass.
Yeah, Kick-Ass was good too.
He's really good in that.
Yeah. And that might be one of his last bigger movies. Because a lot of his shit now is coming straight to, well, a lot of things nowadays are going straight to on demand or whatever. But even before this was a thing, all his shit was
straight to video.
Yeah, straight to video, straight to DVD, whatever.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I do still have to watch Mandy though.
Yeah.
In the horror community, it seems like it's really popular.
And there was another one that you mentioned, Color of Space? Yeah, that one too I've heard a lot about. I don't know how much horror that is. It might be more sci-fi, but...
Yeah, I don't know too much about it.
Yeah. Fucking...
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one other thing about acting. Not from him, but from that cop, the rookie cop that you mentioned. He arrested the girl at one point. He was taking her back to the station or whatever, and she was saying, if you leave him there, what are you, and he stops the car, and then I think it's a lizard or something, or a tortoise maybe.
Oh yeah, it's a Spanish talking turtle or
boy did I hate that, because his acting was fucking horrendous in that scene.
Yeah,
but then she started hitting it with a club or a bat or something, and it's all in subtitles at one point he says my balls or something, and I was just I'm fucking gonna throw my remote through this TV. I hate this shit.
I did forget about that part altogether.
I wrote down I want to know what it is, what draws people to this sort of stuff, because it's bad acting. The special effects are bad. The one scene where the cop gets hit in half.
Oh yeah.
Her pants or her legs stay there, and then this the blood sprays, and then it's clearly an air hose going as all this a shitload more blood and bubbles come out and stuff. What do people like? I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I don't know. I like weird. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is.
It's not just like there's a lot of people who love this shit. These like the B, C, D movies that are awful.
I guess maybe it's kind of like a throwback to the 80s horror movies, because you got a lot of nonsense like this back then too. Yeah. Like even Child's Play.
Yeah.
Like just I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was more acceptable back then. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Like I say, I don't know. I'll never understand why people would want to watch things like this. Because like I probably would have never even heard of this movie if it wasn't for you. Mm-hmm. But I definitely would have never watched it if it wasn't for this ever. So, just something I'm not me.
No, I guess I'll bring back your Willy's Wonderland shirt that I got you.
Okay.
Actually, I would love to have
That'd be cool.
Willy's Wonderland shirt.
Yeah, I'm down for that. And what I gotta ask you, what did you think of Nicolas Cage dancing during the pinball scene?
I loved it.
Because most people seem to be talking about that. I think like his dance that he does.
Yeah, dance that he came up with that dance himself.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah. Yeah, that should become the next big TikTok trend.
That's right.
People doing the Nicolas Cage dance from Willy's Wonderland.
I wouldn't be surprised. We'll start seeing it. Now, one other thing I have written here is the song at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
Freebird from Leonard Skinner. Like, I wrote down 98% of their budget go to this song. Or, like, what's going on here? Because, and I'll tell you right now, that bumped my score up, or my rating up for this movie. That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Absolutely. It's amazing.
And it fit. It was great. Cause it's like at the end of the night, and he's a free bird. He's going. It's classic.
They do that in The Devil's Rejects too, right?
Yeah, it plays. When they're driving.
Shot up.
Yeah, driving down the highway into the roadblock.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I say, I don't understand the fascination with this shit. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
I never will. But.
I'll keep suggesting these terrible movies to you, and you'll keep hating them.
I'll watch them and I'll say what I hate about them. But, yeah.
Yeah. If any of you guys have movies like this that I don't know about, please leave a comment or message me so I can torture Colson further.
Oh, boy. Yeah. I have nothing else about the movie.
Yeah.
Do you? Nothing else? I have the body count a little bit different this time. I figured we'd do this from now on. So there's 11 kills in the movie. There's more in like the flashback scene that shows them kind of chopping families up or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I didn't write those ones down because they were happening pretty quick. But I wrote all 11 down, basically what happens to them, and we can pick our favorite and least favorite from there.
Sounds good.
So the first kill is the guy in the beginning getting dragged off, screaming. We don't really see anything. Mm-hmm. Second one is his wife or girlfriend. It pans away and we hear her scream and blood sprays all over the TV. That was pretty cool. The third one is one of the teenagers in the thing gets stabbed through the back by the knight. Yeah. That was another one that was pretty cool, was that guy, or the knight.
Yeah, he kind of looks like the knight from... the game Ghost and Goblins, whenever you got your armor on.
So he gets stabbed through the back. The fourth kill is it's a guy, he falls in the foam pit and that pixie thing kills him in there. The fifth one is the guy who's in the middle of banging his girlfriend and that alligator thing starts eating his stomach. Tons of blood in that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was pretty cool. And then the sixth one, I guess she died. She was banging on the door. Do you remember this? And then the banging stopped and Nicolas Cage kicked the door open and she was just laying there dead.
Yeah.
So I guess she got killed by that thing too.
Yeah.
I have no idea. The seventh is the guy getting his neck broken by the lizard. The eighth is the cop that I mentioned. He gets dragged out of the car and then killed by that Mexican thing. Ninth is the female cop. She gets chopped into two with the spraying blood. And then we never mentioned the ending, the last two.
Yeah.
The mechanic and the owner. Because the pixie's not dead.
Yeah.
And she got the gas that they left and blew them up.
Yeah, they're just like sitting there like, oh, the curse finally over. Like,
Yeah.
I think we'll reopen this place.
Yeah. And she lights it up, and it was pretty funny watching her blow away from the car too, because it was. But they both get blown up.
Yeah, and it looks almost like when Robert Rodriguez does like fire in
Yeah.
his movies.
That's right. So yeah, that's our 11 kills. Like I say, there were more in the flashback thing, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't write those ones down. So do you have a favorite?
Favorite might be the chameleon snapping the
The
neck.
neck.
I just like that.
Yeah.
It looked cool. I did think they were going to rip the head right off.
Right.
So I was a little upset that that's not what happened.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I did like the neck snap.
Okay. Yeah, I picked the, I think the gator munching that guy's stomach.
That was
He
really good.
Screaming blood. And do you have a least favorite?
Just the guy getting dragged off at the first.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's a good one.
Yeah.
I'll take that one too. Anything make you jump in this? This wasn't that type of movie.
No, there's not really jump scares in
No.
this one. It's a lot of him just turning around and being
they're-
face to face
yeah,
with
they're-
them.
It's not, there's no shrieking music or anything, and his reaction is not anything. He just turns and looks.
Yeah. This could almost be a video game.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, nothing for me either.
Spooky, scary, terrifying.
What's below spooky? Unspooky?
Unspooky?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
What about you?
This is unspooky.
Yeah.
It's just silly.
Yeah.
It's not scary at all.
No. Ratings? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am giving it a 1 out of 10. half a star for the fact that he didn't speak, because I was so terrified that he was going to say something in the end and it was going to fucking make me really hate it.
Yeah.
But the fact that he didn't say a single word other than his grunt noises and shit like that while fighting,
Yeah.
he says nothing.
Yeah.
So I like that. So there's my half star, and the other half comes from the song, just making it a 1 out of 10. What about you? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm letting so many people down because the horror community is like I'm a rare one. I'm not only like blockbusters.
Yeah.
I like the other one. These ones.
Yeah, there's so much horror and so
Yeah.
many different varieties of it that it really is annoying when someone's like, oh, you're not a true horror fan because
Yeah.
you don't like this movie.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, but I like 10,000 other horror movies, so
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Leave me alone.
All right.
Your rating.
Here comes the defense.
Oh no.
I'm giving it an 8.
Wow.
I love it.
Okay.
Besides the annoying kids arguing
Mm-hmm.
and the Spanish bird
Yeah. Whatever.
turtle,
the
whatever
fuck
it
that
was.
was.
I loved everything else.
Okay.
It's silly. It's weird. It's a new setting in a movie.
Yeah.
Like, I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
I like watching them destroy these animatronic
Yeah.
creatures.
And it was cool because it was almost done all with his fists. He had like a mop handle in times, and
He snaps it
Yeah.
and beats the shit out of him.
but and the one, I think it was the gorilla. I never wrote down the kills of the animatronic things,
Yeah.
but I think it's the gorilla where he puts its mouth on the urinal and
Yeah.
then stomps the shit out of his head.
It was American History X on it.
That was a pretty cool one because the noise of it just hitting that porcelain toilet,
Yeah.
and every time he gets sprayed with oil,
Yeah.
it's not blood; it's like a greasy oil,
Yeah.
and then it shows him changing his shirt to the, washing up again. Pretty funny. So.
And there's like the ostrich or whatever it is, and he rips its throat
Yeah.
out. Like, pulls it right out.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of funny... the funny, weird scenes of him destroying these things
yeah,
is what makes it for me. I could watch this one again today.
okay,
Like, I really liked it.
all right,
I love the Willy's Wonderland theme song. Like,
Right.
at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, during the credits. It's like this 80s sounding. It's like Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so fun.
Yeah, they had the music was like electro-y.
Like synthesizer.
Yeah, that's
something.
it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And I will get a Willy's Wonderland shirt.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's the only horror shirt I could wear around my kids that they won't be terrified.
That's right.
Except for Audra. I just got one of our Watchers logo
I saw you posted that.
Yeah. And as soon as I got it, she's like, I want to see the monsters. I want to see the monsters. She loves it. Like, I won't even have it on, and she'll come into the living room and she'll be like, Dada, I want to see the monsters.
That's funny.
Yeah. So she's going to be my brave one, I think.
Yeah, that's my youngest one too, is the braver one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyway, that'll do it for this episode.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you think of Willy's Wonderland. Or do you lean more towards Colson or more towards me? Or maybe you're right in the middle like IMDb.
Yeah.
That'll do it for this show. See you next week. Bye.